All right, guys, like I've been talking about, very special guest coming in studio. It's not often we get to talk to the champ in person, back to back. Well, yeah, you're the Phoenix champ. And then last week you were the Vegas champ.
It's true.
This week you're the Stacking Pennies champ, my friend. So thank you for joining us in the studio, Mr. William Byron.
Thanks for having me. Looking forward to it.
You haven't been here in studio, but you've been on the Zoom a couple times.
Yeah, one time. Yeah, like during COVID, I think, iRacing deal. So, yeah, I think that's it.
Well, there's only room for one guy that doesn't win and one guy that does win. So welcome back to the hot seat.
Thank you.
You've been on a heater, my friend. Congratulations.
I appreciate it. Thank you, man.
How's it feel?
It's great. I mean, honestly, like it's we started the year kind of off, not off, but just had some bad results and had some things happen. And just Vegas, we were looking for a solid weekend and showed up with speed and just felt like we kind of transitioned our goals from there. So yeah, it's just been good. A lot of work in the off season, going to sim and just trying to be better as a team. So it's good.
So you started the year off a little slow. You've won half the races.
Yeah.
Well, so I was sitting here wondering,
I was like,
if this is a slow start, how bad is this going to be for all of us?
Guys are in trouble. What do you think about the new downforce package? The driver chat's been pretty quiet this week.
Yeah.
Haven't seen any input, good or bad.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I didn't think passing was any better, honestly. Like, if I'm being objective, from a race fan perspective, I thought passing was really tough. Now, I was running really well, so I was running with the top 4 guys and trying to pass them. But, like, even coming up to lap cars and just how much it changes the balance of your car, I thought is still a bad thing. But, I mean, as a driver, you were definitely manhandling the thing, and you're sideways, and things like that are nice. Felt like the car was easier to save. I don't know if you guys felt like that, but so that was good to have some more drivability. But yeah, I got to work on the dirty air still. I don't know what's causing that, because you go run the Xfinity car and that thing is really good in dirty air. So I don't know.
I mean, we did watch Ryan Trix, though. He could get close, like in the Xfinity race day before he could get close, but then he would get tight too. So
yeah,
I think the race looked
hard to overcome physics, my friend.
It looked like it was a hard race to run. Like typical Harvick, like kind of hung out and then was there at the end. So like, did it make it a harder race to manage than just running balls out the whole time?
Yeah, I was tired after the race. I think anytime you're sweating on your back and you're kind of like, man, this is tough. Like, I'm manhandling this thing. I feel like with 15 laps to go, I was running 3rd or 4th, and I'm like, how many laps to go? Because I'm tired of this thing is just sideways up off and never hooked the rear tires up. So that's probably a good thing, for us. And hopefully it makes a good race, on TV. But yeah, Harvick's, I mean, he's amazing with low grip and just what he can do running the line. Like, I don't understand how he runs so low and stays down there.
Dude, well, he pretty much owns Phoenix, right? Yeah. I mean, 20 in a row, top 10 finishes, I believe.
Yeah.
Absurd number. But you got the best of them this weekend, my friend. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What was there anything you did different start the race or maybe even practice throughout the course of the day as the grip moved around and migrated to the top? Did you find yourself going up there, or were you kind of married to the bottom?
I felt like it was good to go up top at times, but it takes a lot out of the tires. So I felt like up front I was trying to run the bottom as much as I could because I thought it was better on my tires. But yeah, eventually it kind of got rubbered in and it wasn't as good on the bottom. Like the paint wasn't as grippy. So trying to stay down there was really made for too much effort. So I thought it kind of moved up as the race went on. But I don't know, man. That place is just hard to race. Like you don't really ever get close to somebody unless there's a huge difference in speed and fall off. So yeah, it's just a tough place. I mean, it takes a lot of skill to get around there, but tough to pass.
When the caution, where were you running when that caution came out with like 8
4th.
to go?
Yeah.
Were you? What did you think as soon as the yellow dropped? We're like, okay, we got a shot at it.
I wasn't so Vegas. I was really excited when the caution came out because I was actually catching Kyle quite a bit, but we weren't going to have time to catch him. So I was excited then, but then I don't know how you are, but I feel like if I'm running pretty good.
Can I tell you how I am?
Yeah.
Usually when a caution comes out, I hope it's somebody in front of me, so it's a couple free spots.
Yeah,
That's
I get that. Yeah.
Or it's a lucky dog.
Or it's a lucky dog. I'm like, thank God I'm the lucky dog. Let's go.
Yeah.
A little different in your scenario.
Yeah. I mean, if you're running top 5, I feel like you're just, unless you're the second place guy who can capitalize, like you're like, oh, caution. Like now I could end up 20th. Like, and now my day's ruined. So for me, I was kind of like, whatever. Like, to late race restart. But yeah, when Rudy said that, the code word, which we got to change, by the way, now.
What was it if you're changing it now?
Camaro. Okay. I mean, I can't believe we didn't change it from Vegas. When he said it, I'm like, dude, like, this ain't gonna, like, everyone knows. So when he said that, I was a little bit concerned that no one else would do it. And then the 12 did it, and who else did it? The 1, I think, and
there were 6
5.
of them on 2.
Yeah. So there was a gap there. So, like, when I was rolling pit road, leaving with 2 tires, I was watching everyone on the jack, and I'm like, this ain't good. Like, this is going to be just me. And then Kyle came out, and then a couple other guys. So, yeah.
Now, did you win the race off pit road?
No.
Larson
second,
did.
Yeah.
When he chose the bottom, did you think that you were in an advantageous spot being on the outside?
No, because with this car, I mean, like, you don't get aero loose under somebody, so he's got he's on offense in that position. Like, he can run me in the wall, he can do whatever. So the first restart, he slid me into 1, and he got position. I tried to cross, but I couldn't. So, and then Ryan was in my inside. So that one didn't really work very good. But the second one, I got a good launch, like almost better than him. He spun the tires a little bit, and so I had an advantage there, but the distance kind of got him back in front. But we were even enough to where I felt like I could maintain.
I talked to Larson on Sirius today, and he said he was a little bit surprised how deep you drove in second time to keep on his door.
Yeah.
And but that's you knew he was going to do it because you've seen it before.
Yeah.
Did you change anything on how far you drove it in the second time?
A little bit. I just had a better launch, so I had more like momentum going forward.
Yeah.
The launch before, he had me by like a half a car length in the restart zone, so I was kind of like, I'm not really far enough to. If I go in, I'm gonna be on his right rear. I'm just
in the fence.
Yeah, I'm just be in the fence, and that'll be my fault. So, we were just further side by side, but it was sketchy up there. It was like marbles and stuff, but it was good.
You send Tyler Reddick a nice Christmas card this year?
I should.
Or what do you do there?
I should, man.
You'll send him a hat.
That shove, that push, really. I mean, because you guys, if not, you guys go in the 3, 3 wide, and you could be in trouble there. So
yeah, that was big. Yeah, I mean, I owe that to him because he had a choice. I feel like everything kind of funnels to the outside down the straightaway, but yeah, he definitely. I mean, he hit me so hard, it was awesome. It was like like on a short track, you're like, all right, bring it to me.
Yeah,
like
boom. That was a big shot. Interesting stat here. I'm sitting here looking at.
Yeah.
5 of your 6 Cup wins have came in the first 8 races of the season.
Really?
Yeah.
That's either
How
good
can
or
you
bad.
make some races in the playoffs come so Willie B can be holding the big trophy?
Yeah, I just think. I mean, we just got to keep doing the processes as a team. I feel like in the past it gets a lot of hype around our team, and then that separates us a little bit. We don't do the same processes, so. We just got to keep our heads down. Internally focus. Blinders.
Well, there's a lot of hype comes with the 24 number too. Do you feel any of that pressure?
For sure. Yeah, there's a lot of like legacy questions, which I mean is great. Like, but it's I'm just trying to make my own name in that. So I don't really look at it as I don't know. I just kind of look at it, Jeff and I's relationship, and that's what really matters to me. And obviously love all that comes with the 24. I mean, it's amazing fan base, and but I try to stay kind of internally focused.
So how's William Byron different than Jeff Gordon?
A lot different. He's a lot more interesting. I don't know. He's a party animal. I'm kind of a homebody. I'm kind of introverted. So we're different in that, but he's I mean, we get along great, honestly. Like, he got me out of my shell at Hendrick, I think, and they talked about that on the broadcast, but it's a true thing. Like, he really got to know me.
So you speak about your team and the 2-tire stop at the end, and one way that, being a picker guy, you can really gauge aggression is the fact that you almost ran Cordero right over, which is not new, but that you can see that the aggression knob is turned up, that your jackman trusts Cordero to rip the jack right when the wheel's tight, and he's going to get out of the way, and you're going to leave.
Yeah.
Because there's some guys that check up, and you're going. Yeah. Is the aggression knob, have you and Rudy talked about having the aggression knob turned all the way up this early in the season?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Like, aggressive's a really commonly used word in racing, but I feel like it's execution. Like, I expected him to be in a spot, and he was there. And so, like, when he's in the middle of the hood, I'm like, I'm going, dude. Like, he's told me that. He's like, dude, just go. Like, I don't care.
Gotta go.
Like, I'm not carrying any equipment. I mean, I guess he'd throw the hose if he had to, but, I mean, I think it's an execution. It's like, when we look at that on film, we're like, all right. Like, if we drop Rudy tells me on the jack, and that's my cue. And so, I think it's trust. It's trust in those. I've got a great pit crew, and we've built that kind of trust relationship.
How much of your late success comes from maturity process, confidence behind the wheel, in your crew, in yourself? What do you think is the major culprit behind that? Or is it all of it?
Yeah, I mean, when I came in the Cup Series, I was kind of coming into Casey's guys and Casey's team. So I felt like everyone kind of had a perception of, okay, like this guy, he's going to take a while to learn. And it was hard to, it was hard because of that. Like, I didn't have guys that I really, grew up around. And now my race team is pretty much all guys that we handpicked. The guys that I worked with, Brandon Lyons, my spotter, he was my spotter back when you were helping on my super late model. So he was like my spotter since pretty much day one in big cars. And so that relationship came back around. Rudy and I worked in the trucks, and that relationship kind of came back around. So it's a people sport, and I feel like we found people that all mesh. And that's what the trust is from, honestly.
Yeah, and it's showing up. There's almost been something almost as famous as yourself winning the races. It's this damn hat. Where did this thing come from?
Yeah, so this
Can you put it on over the headset?
Yeah, sure. Let's see. It's probably big enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Squish that thing on.
Yeah. So it's a big hat. This was an idea.
That's big hat energy. That's what we call that around here.
So this was an idea that I saw Josh Allen wearing this in one of the Thursday night games after the win, and I just thought it was really cool. And it gives the sponsors big love. Yeah. So we got one for Valvoline, we got one for Raptor, and I don't know, man. It's goofy. I get it.
Does it ride in the car with you and you pull it out after?
No, that thing would be hitting me in the arm.
It would. There's not a lot of room for that. You said you've been on Stacking Pennies. This is a long time ago, so we have some updated questions. And I got something for you, too. I got 3 questions, and I see you eyeing that up. You can't open it just yet.
Yeah.
3 questions. If you had to pick one car and one track to race out the rest of your life, what are you going with?
Man, as much success as I've had, one track and one car, I'd race a super late model at New Smyrna, because that's like,
you're like damn near undefeated there. Yeah.
So I don't know what it is. I think I'm a pretty light. I don't know, like just my braking style and just I don't know, it just works. It just fits me.
Maybe because you're a damn good Cup driver racing against novices. I don't know, something like that. Question number 2: what's the most embarrassed you've been at a racetrack?
You kind of mentioned, you said dirt, and that's what came to mind. I ran Larson's dirt super race last year at Bulls Gap. Showed up, never been in a dirt car, and got my butt kicked, and literally, and like I don't know. I came to the infield, and Ricky Weiss just comes in the window net, and just trying to beat me up. So that was one embarrassing moment. What did I do? I don't know. There's no mirrors.
Dude, you can't see anything.
I was running the top. And Bloomquist, they were coming to lap me. It was probably midway through the feature. I was running decent. Never been in a dirt car. And, yeah, man, that was a great experience there. I appreciate that from Ricky Weiss, man. That was not very cool.
He's fiery. All right, question number 3. What is your best – so the question's kind of two – what is either your first racing memory or your best racing memory?
First racing memory was, I talked about this a lot, but going to Martinsville, with my dad. I was 6 years old, saw Tony win, and
was that 2011?
No, 2000.
2005.
That was a couple years ago.
I was going to say, geez.
2005. Yeah, so Tony won Home Depot car, and my dad was like, all right, let's go, beat the traffic. And I was like, no, we got to stay for burnout, climb the fence. So we stayed for all that, down by the start finish. That's a memory that sticks in your brain. So, yeah.
What is your best racing memory from your career?
Probably Xfinity Championship, honestly. Just the way it unfolded and running the top, not something that I ever did before. Never, and just was like, all right, let's try it, and it worked, and ran LA down, and that was kind of like a career defining thing, I think.
That was a pretty big moment, and you're one blown motor away from the old sweep with the K&N trucks. Blew up in Phoenix, and winning the Xfinity Series championship.
The truck was, our trucks were amazing that
you and
year.
Rudy had
it was on it. The things I know now, it was, It was awesome.
You know what the biggest reason why I noticed this uptick in competition from Wayne Byron?
Why is that?
Is this chest meat he's got hanging out right here.
Oh, yeah.
That's the difference. Old Willie B's got some hair in his chest. There's free speed on that. There's no doubt. All right, open that box. We got something special for you for jumping on Stacking Pennies.
All right. Oh, man. That's a big gift.
I saw you. I was flipping through the TV channel and saw you on Lego Masters.
Oh, boy.
So,
well, you asked me before. You're like, before we started, you're like, are you a Lego guy? I was like, duh.
Well, good thing because we got you a gift.
Dang. Look at this.
You said you did a 9,000-piece Titanic ship. Now you have the 75th anniversary. I don't even know what they call that. Lego
Technic, yeah.
Technic. That thing's sweet, dude.
That's awesome.
How fast do you think you can build that? You think you can build it by the end of the show?
Yep, go ahead. Go sit over there and build it. We're going to time you.
That's the same one on the coffee table.
Dang.
So this is what it's going to look like when it's finished. Contrary to what you might think, I did not build this.
Dang.
This thing's pretty sweet, dude.
Yeah. We just need like a 24 on it.
Get your decal kit
decal
for it.
up.
Oh, dude, this thing's got a posi track in it and everything.
Wow.
It
Independent rear?
Yeah.
Dang.
Look at that. Stacking pennies.
Wow.
Giving out some presents to William Byron. Enjoy that, my friend.
That's cool.
I know you got to run, so I really appreciate you jumping in the studio with us.
Yeah, appreciate
Congrats
it.
on the
success.
Man.
Thank you.
Save some bonus money.
You
for the
also,
rest of us,
save some bonus money for the rest of us, will you?
And you also push you this weekend.
Thank you. I'll need some help. You won the last time we were at Atlanta.
the spring, yeah. Chase won the
so Hendrick sweep at Atlanta.
So we'll see.
I'll be up there hopefully fighting it out with you, buddy.
Yeah,
Thanks for joining Stacking Pennies.
Yeah, man. Thank y'all.